Hey guys, it's the King, and welcome back to another Clash Royale video. Before we get started with the video today, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe. If you do, you will have good luck getting a legendary card very, very soon. Now, getting on with our video today, we're doing a little bit of 2v2, and I just wanted to show you a few matches that I did with some of my clanmates this past 2v2. I really hope that they bring this into the game as a regular not an event, but as a regular type of play. That would be very, very cool. Now you can see the deck that I'm using here. I'm using a Balloon and Rage, and that is very, very strong in 2v2. Also, I do have the Executioner along with the Tornado spell. That is a very, very good defense against a lot of different things. And you can see that my clanmate Jimmy, he is rocking the Hog, the Wizard, the Miner. He's also got a good defensive building in 2v2 matches, which is actually the Bomb Tower. I've also got a defensive building myself with the Inferno Tower to help take down some of those big tanks, some of the balloons, the golems, things of that nature. Now, as you guys watch some of these replays, I want to talk a little bit about 2v2 and some of the things that I'm actually starting to understand about it, and some of the things that maybe you guys may not have thought of, maybe some of the things that you guys have experienced yourselves. How many times, guys, have you laid down a log to take that goblin barrel out, but your clanmate does the exact same thing? So you've got 2 logs down that you really didn't need. You only needed 1 log. Well, you know what, guys? You can communicate with your clanmates, but if you see that your clanmate is getting ready to log the goblin barrel, for instance, and you can see him hovering the log over, you know, maybe even before you get into the matches, as you are in your clan chat, you know, discuss, you know, hey, if there's a goblin barrel, let me take care of it. You know, and you can see, you know, you cannot see right now, like, my hand or the opponent's hand right now, the way these replays were, but there is a thing where you can see exactly what your clanmate has in his or her hand just by tapping on the bottom right-hand corner there where your clan's or your clanmate's name is. You can actually see what's in their hand currently. So if you see that your clanmate has a log in hand and he's supposed to be taking care of the goblin barrel, then let him take care of the goblin barrel with his log. That way your log can be used for something else. You don't want to always double up on those things, and a lot of times, you know, even in a 1v1 match, the main thing you don't want to do is waste elixir. So you don't want to waste elixir in a 2v2 match as well. You want to hold your elixir, not really hold your elixir, but you just don't want to waste elixir, guys. You don't want to both, you know, fireball the exact same, you know, troop just because it's in both of your hands and maybe your clanmate's panicking because something's coming in. Now, hey, at the end of a match, that is totally different. If it's for the win and you guys need to get that tower down and you both fireball it, by all means do that. That is something that you need to do. And you know what? A double log. By all means do that. But within the match, within the first 2 minutes of a match especially, you really want to be able to communicate with your clanmate that, hey, you know, let me take care of this, you take care of that, that sort of thing. And then, you know, when you have a synergy with your clanmate, your 2v2 battles are going to be so in tune, you're going to probably get to a point where you can almost predict what your clanmate's going to do based on his or her deck that they are using. And you know, that's another thing too that I wanted to talk about was the decks. You're going to do these 2v2 battles, and you know, some decks work really well with other decks. You know, you really don't want to run the exact same deck, and you can do this. You know, we've played around with it. Sometimes it works, but the majority of the time you get caught up in you know, not having a counter for something else that that your opponent may have. So it's really good to have 2 decks that are that can complement each other, that do have a wide array of defenses, a wide array of ways to attack your opponent's towers. if you can get a 3 crown, that's great. But again, we want to get 1 crown, 1 tower first in order to get the win. Everybody knows that. I'm not telling you anything new. But what I am trying to say is, you're going to get into some of these battles, and maybe the clanmate that you're trying to battle with, their deck is just not really working with the deck that you have. Change it up a little bit. Figure out which deck is going to work better with a different deck is what I'm trying to say. Now, I have had some 2v2 matches where the deck that I was using and the deck that my clanmate was using worked extremely well together. And you can go on a huge run. You can go on a long win streak, with those decks. Keep that. Those are 2 decks that work very, very well together. These 2 decks here that you're seeing with me or myself and Jimmy here, these 2 decks actually worked really well with each other. He had the bomb tower for kind of a splash kind of thing. I do have the Inferno tower to do, like I said before, damage against golems and balloons and to try to hold things up. Yes, they both are 5 elixir, I know that, but they work really well together. You can lay them both down at the same time. You can save one for another point in the match. Like here you can see he's got his bomb tower down. I didn't need my Inferno tower there. So it's all situational. Now, one thing I have found is sometimes it's good for one guy to run kind of a beatdown deck where they have the golem, maybe they have a giant, maybe a royal giant, something beefy. Let's just say the big tanks, of the game. So one guy's running kind of a beatdown deck, and the other guy's running, maybe like a hog cycle type deck, or with Goblin Gang, Skeleton Army, that type of deck. One that can work really fast or can cycle very fast. So then you kind of have, the best of both worlds when you look at those 2 decks and how they work together. But then again, there have been other times where, say I had Balloon and Rage, my clanmate also had Balloon and Rage, but the other cards in the decks were, slightly different. Those work really, really well together, and double Balloon and Rage is so deadly if your opponents cannot take care of it. It's absolutely insane. And you will see that here in a later replay. You're actually going to see Balloon or double Balloon Lava Hound that myself and another clanmate, Soldier of Life, do. And we took this one match so fast, it was actually very insane. But you'll see that replay here later in this video. But right now you're looking at myself and my clanmate Striker. We work really well together because we almost know, and like I was saying before, we almost know what the other one is going to do. And when you do 2v2 battles with one particular person, you get into a mode of understanding and knowing the style of play of your clanmate, almost into a thing of actually, like I said before, being able to kind of predict what they're going to do. It goes back to that thing of, I know he's getting ready to log this goblin barrel or this skeleton army. I can save my log, or I can save my zap for something else that our opponents are doing here. In this particular battle with Striker, this was a very, very long battle, a very intense battle, I guess is the best word to put it. And you can see here in this replay how intense this battle actually was, and it lasted really almost the entire time frame without going into a draw. This is when you know that you are in sync with what your clanmate is doing, and it just comes from doing multiple 2v2 battles with one particular person. Now, I'm not going to say, pick one clanmate and that's the only person you do 2v2 with. Some clans may do that, and some people may do that, and if you do that, hey, that's great, more power to you. That's awesome. Me personally, I do like to kind of mix it up with other clan members, because it's just fun. It's just a fun game mode. And like I said in the beginning of this video, I really do hope that they make 2v2 a staple of Clash Royale and make it more of something of a 1v1 where maybe you and another person can progress in a 2v2 mode, going through certain arenas or something like that. I think that would be absolutely insane. I think it would be awesome if they would put this in. I'm glad that they do it the way they do now. It's getting everyone used to it, and it's making deck building for 2v2 a totally different thing. I mean, you have certain decks that work very, very well in challenges, certain decks that work very well on the ladder, and now we're starting to see certain decks that are working very well in 2v2 play. So you can see here that Striker and myself, we are in overtime now in 2v2. You can see how this match has gone on, and it's going to really come down to those last few seconds of even this overtime. And our opponents, they played very, very well. Hats off to them. I think both sides played extremely well, both defending very well, and it just came down to, who was able to cycle a little bit quicker than the other and get that really good push going, because it seemed like in this battle, every time we put the balloon down, they had an answer. Every time we did whatever push it was, they had an answer. And I'm going to tell you guys, even in 2v2, the mortar is an absolute beast. The mortar is so hard to deal with, and that's why you can see it on the ladder now. A lot of people are starting to use it again. But I'm going to tell you, in 2v2, some of the strongest things are still, your balloon and rage, your lava hounds, your golems. But honestly, I think that we have had more success defending against golems and stuff like that, opposed to when you have a double balloon situation, because if you don't have what you need in your hand, in your starting hand, and they come immediately with a double balloon and rage, it's a absolute killer. I mean, the tower is, if it doesn't get taken, it's going to be very close to being taken. But you can see here, we're coming down to almost the last 30 seconds of this battle here. And, we just kept, in this instant, we just kept pushing. And, sometimes in these 2v2 matches, you have to just poison them to death, or log them to death, or fireball them to death. Or if you have the rocket or lightning, sometimes you're just going to have to use your spells to get you the win in a particular match, especially in these 2v2s. And these type of matches that go almost the whole entire time. That was very intense, and actually after that match I had to take a break. But anyway, here's the match that I wanted you guys to see. This is the one with myself and Soldier of Life. Again, talking like I did before about two decks that work very, very well together, and you can already see he has the Lava Hound and Balloon with Clone, okay, and I do have the Balloon and Rage, and you'll see real quick here how absolutely deadly and potent it is when you get a Lava Hound down with two balloons and you use the Clone spell with Rage. It's an absolute, I mean, the game is over if they cannot defend this, and you'll see this here in this replay. So we do a pretty good job there of defending against this giant coming in. Here's a double a double fireball there. To me, that was a waste, and they wasted elixir doing that. They really didn't need to have both of those fireballs down. But hey, you live and you learn. There is a Rage with a Goblin Barrel, easily logged away. Now here comes the push that I was telling you guys about, and this is absolutely insane when you see it. We've got the Lava Hound down, got the baby dragon to take care of those little minions, already have a balloon down. Here's the second balloon. We're going to get everything raged up. We're going to get everything cloned here, and this, guys, is the game. I mean, I was in shock, actually, after I saw this replay. Or not saw the replay, but I was actually in shock as this battle was going on, and we were able to get this 3 crowns so quickly. So guys, just remember the 3 big things for 2v2. That is, make sure you have great communication with your clanmate. Make sure your decks work very well together, that they have synergy. And most of all, and most importantly, do not waste elixir. Do not waste elixir. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video today. Please hit that like button and subscribe. But most of all, guys, as you all know, be well.